you're better off elsewhere tonight. Grab your pitchforks and start your fire. Grab your loved ones and run for your lives. There's a witch among us and she must be found before she burns this whole place to the ground. Away, just stay out of the woods, 'cause she's up to no good unless you're prepared for a fight. 'Cause the witch has the power and it is witching hours, so you're better off elsewhere tonight.
Okay, Off the Grill podcast. We're back. And I apologize for being late. I was taking a diarrhea. Does this look weird when I do this now? What's it look like? Like I'm faking it? It's not like. This is good. Ooh, you can see my legs. Wow. Nice and big. Oh, where are we? I have the internet on my side. The fuck does that mean? Good to see everybody here. Shout out Dan Shine. My man, Mr. Jonathan Bombastic. Gypsy Warrior. Ahoy hoy. Faticus Finch, of course, in the house. Hi, Sauce. Hi, everybody. Listen, Faticus, I fuss. It's one of my core values is fussing. I don't know, so we're all queuing up here for service. So we're congregating here. I have been moving things from the old place into this place. Did a load last week. I did a load today. I'm going to do another one tomorrow. But I did pick up some more overtime, so we'll see. And when I say we'll see how long it takes me to get shit done and if I feel like actually going over there tomorrow. It's a hell of a lot of driving for a big fat slob. I like to drive though, so it's not really that big deal. But anyway, in the midst of packing that kind of stuff and moving it over, I found this weird like USB extender thing that I really have no clue where I got it from. I kind of feel like I stole it from somewhere, but who knows? But it works really well, so I can kind of throw my camera somewhere else instead of having it, locked down fucking front-facing view here. So we're doing that. I was very happy to find out a few minutes ago that it actually does work because, I had the idea earlier in the week or later last week. I don't know, after we after we last spoke. Everyone out there in internet land. Yeah, I don't know. I got myself a pretty busy weekend coming up. Going to see a favorite of mine, the band Calabrese, out in Rochester. It'll be the first time I've seen these guys since, I want to say 2015, but there is an outside chance that it was 2016 before I moved to Jersey. Um, and that'll be cool. And this will be the first time that I've seen them um, without Jimmy Calabrese in the band. So that'll be interesting. John from the Scarecrow Show has never really liked him, so yeah, I'm pretty sure he's pumped about it. I'm interested for sure. I don't know, pumped is the word, but I'm definitely interested because the band that they've gotten to replace Jimmy is none other than Argyle Goolsby, famously of Blitzkid. So I'm very interested to see how that looks and sounds. Um, from what John was telling me, Bobby does all the vocals now, whereas it used to be, at least on the first couple albums, they'd do like a verse each and then kind of fart around in the words in the choruses and shit. So that'll be fun. Also, another band that's like semi recently resurrected itself, Zombeast. They are, both bands are from Arizona, for whatever that's worth. I don't like Zombies that much. It's not really like, that was something that I thought they were like really cool, like when I was in high school. But kind of now as I get older, it's really just, like fucking, oh, they're trying to sound like Danzig. It's like vocally they're trying to sound like Danzig, and then kind of like that very basic kind of punk rock that almost sounds like the drums are like just like a beat machine. I don't know. It ain't for me. I guess they got a new album. John said it's all right. Whatever. I'm sure I'll have a nice time. And then Saturday, I'm going to the formerly the HSBC Arena. I think now it's the KeyBank Arena, unless they fucking changed it again. That thing has been like 6 different things since I was a kid. Going with old Johnny Scarecrow, and then Atticus Finch and his brother. I don't have a fun name. A lot of these fags use drum machines now. So yeah, I mean, as far as like the drum, like the triggered shit, like the triggered kind of sequence kind of thing was like an octopod type thing. I think they use a lot of that now, but like most bands in the last 25, I think, Pro Tools on, they lost my train of thought there. God damn it! Oh, they like it's all kind of a guy plays the drums and it's recorded. Then they go through and just go, okay, well, I don't really care if they sound like the drums I played. I want them to sound exactly like this. So, like a lot of it ends up being we have this sound for that fucking strike or whatever. It's a whole. I'm too dumb to actually explain it with any fucking accuracy, but I do enjoy that idea anyway, and I like to, teach people a little bit. It'd be fucking great if I could remember my point so I could move on from this. Oh shit. Oh, but anyway, I guess a lot of drummers' favorite kind of sounds to pick from it. I don't know exactly what it is, but apparently it's shit from the drummer from like Lamb of God. He's like a very common guy that they'll just pick his noises out of. Like his cymbals, his toms, all that fucking horse shit. I don't know. I should have John on here to explain that better. JV Bastard, I think, is the one that told me that initially. Where are we going? Mr. Bombastic Bombastic asked where I was taking it to. I believe he's referring to my diarrhea. I mean, let's not be silly here. This is just a euphemism for taking a crap. A soft crap. I was putting it in the toilet. And it was smelly, Gypsy. How dare you? What's going on, Ben Grimm? Good to see you in the house. Gypsy says Accountant 2 was fun. We better fucking get to that before it goes out of theaters or she's going to be pissed. What's going on, Brian Trash? Bombastic says we bumped Scarecrow Show in Kentucky. I bet he'd be thrilled to hear that. I am a little bit. Oh, God. Yeah, drum triggers and all that shit. I said triggers. Brian says smoking and eating edibles. That sounds about right for you, my man. Billy Bean in the house says, how could you start before I got here? I feel less important than that opera dude now. Listen, buddy. You were always here. I didn't feel the need to wait until physically you got here. But yeah, Jonathan is explaining it a little better. It's supposed to be so you get a full sound no matter where you hit the skin. Yes. But you can put any sound on them. Jonathan says I'm fucking detoxing from edibles. That shit gets out of hand. I think maybe just you get a little out of hand with it. Because if I recall, back when this show was running its original run, you were like fucking down in 100-gram edibles, a milligram, 100 grams. Jesus Christ. That'd kill a guy. 100 grams of THC? It's gotta. I don't know. Billy says he's old and slow. That's all right, man. You've been old and slow for 3 years. We're used to it by now. Shit, 4 years probably, right? What's up, Zombie? Good to see you here. Live with us this time. I think you caught last week, too. Yeah, brother, 2,000 milligrams at a time is no good for anyone. I've actually fucking pulled back a little bit. The more that my brain is kind of evened out. Yeah, Faticus says 100-gram edible would put you in a coma. For sure. But I think that one would like just kind of shut your fucking brain down. You would need machines to breathe and have your heart beat, probably. God, 2,000 milligrams. That's fucking nuts, buddy. Do I even have shit to talk about this week? I mean, I guess I could go over all the shit that's happened at work. That's been a while. I don't really have shit. There's no WrestleMania anything. Raw after WrestleMania did end up being good. This week's was pretty okay. I really like Stephanie Vacher the more I see her, though. I'll say that. She's got it in all the right places. In her top half, her bottom half, her talent half. Good face. I don't know. I dig her. Julia, not so much. I bet she's fine in the ring. I don't give a shit. I'm also kind of sick of yapping about wrestling, so that's not going to happen too much more tonight, if at all. And even further than that, I don't know what to throw on in the background to maybe spark some thoughts. I don't know. A movie's a dumb idea. I do know that. Oh, God. I think Jim Norton's wife is dressed up like a baby. That's terrifying. That's very gross. I don't listen to anything or watch anything that's worthwhile. Because, like a movie, I'm just going to start talking about actors like a faggot. And let's face it, I've done a whole bunch too much of that lately. I have the worst fucking YouTube algorithm. It is awful. Ooh, every barbed wire massacre match in TNA history. Nah. Almost had a good idea. I remember me and Dan did it on a fucking Patreon. Nothing. There's just nothing. I just watched fucking food shows. I like all my wet mouth sounds. What a show this is. I don't care. I don't know if anyone else is listening to it, but how great is Jim Norton's fucking advice podcast? Most weeks. This last one I had to tap out of. I had fucking some douchebag I'd never heard of. He just looked like melted Adam Sandler to me. Some like gay Brooklyn accent. It was no good for me. I wasn't into it. I mean, I got through it, but then the who's that black science guy, the autist? I don't like him either. Why can't something nice happen? Oh, I could watch the stupid Hall of Fame 3 hours and 20 minutes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson there, Faticus. Thank you, my friend. That is exactly what I was thinking of, or who I was thinking of. That's exactly who it was. It's not even a matter of thinking of or not thinking of. Is that a good noise to make? Stop that. Well, fuck me in the ass. I thought I had. There it is. We'll throw a little Malcolm in the middle on there. That'll be nice. You want me to sing the song to you guys? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to embarrass myself for clicks. All right, where were we? Billy says, shit, I think it's been 4 and I only get older and slower. Damn, god damn it has, huh? 2021 is when I really kicked off on that, I think. So I think before that, I was doing them sporadically down in Jersey. I think like maybe the first 3 or 4, because I know one of them was a road podcast with Ben of the Scarecrow Show. Ben Grimm says Vakir is the total package. Vakir. Jonathan says his wife has a much. Don't. That's his wife. Let's not be rude about it. She's a gal. She just happens to have a very large penis. It's a nice looking one, though. It's cut at least. You know, you got to find the silver lining and stuff. You can't be pissy about everything, you know. Brian says he was watching a Killer Cannibal Kids movie. So I see, speaking of that there's that new Zach Kreger. Is that the whitest kid I know that did the Barbarian? Was it him or is it Darren, whatever the fuck? Can't remember his name. I think it's Zach Kreger, though. I mean, it's, the one that was in fucking Miss March with Trevor Moore. That's an underrated fucking comedy, if I recall. That made me laugh my ass off. Horsedick.mpeg. Ben, that's a funny question. I'll get to it in a minute. Brian's movie was Beware Children at Play. Haven't seen it in years. I haven't seen it ever. Haven't seen it ever. Well, Francis is trying to get some pussy on base. That scoundrel. He's always after a piece of pussy pie. Dan says, predictably, I drink Stephanie Vacher's bath water. She's a goddess. Jonathan says that's a large Nordic gentleman, and I say semantics, my friend. Faticus says Miss March is awesome. Christian says, "What's good, sauce? What's up? What's up, Christian Hanahara? Hope you're doing good. Hope things are well. We gotta catch up." So I was talking with the old Johnny Bombastic. Well, we weren't really talking so much as he sent one message and I sent one message, but it's been a bit since we've had a little mess around on this channel. So I'm thinking makes the most sense to me based on what I know comes up in May and based on my new kind of gay schedule that, so let's call it 10:30 in the East on May 13th. We might have another mess around. And obviously that day is because I know that Region Free is the 13th of every month, and I figure a lot of you guys watch that show too, and you might actually make it kind of an appointment to be there for that. And since you're already there, well, fucking hop on over to my thing right after. That'll be pretty good. Get some guests in there, shoot some shit, fart around. But I say that to say, Christian, we'd love to have you if you can make it. And obviously, Jonathan, since May 19th. Christian says May 13th works. I think Kane is busy on the 19th. Yeah, man. I did want to try to get him, but the 19th didn't work. Oddly enough, though, there's a high likelihood that there will be an Off the Grill podcast on May 19th. Maybe we should get together for a See No Evil. No, you know what? We should watch we should just watch Kane versus the Great Khali at WrestleMania 23 for an hour, just over and over. That's a bad idea. You know it. Someone will die. Jonathan says Katie Vick had it coming. Did any of you guys ever read that fucking stupid book that they put out around that time called, was it Journey into Darkness? And it was like a kayfabe kind of telling of Kane's upbringing, or at least part of it. It could also be a movie I'm thinking of, but yeah, The Unauthorized History of Kane, a book by Michael Chiappetta. What a piece of shit this was. But it was like, it went into like his backstory as like fucking, like him and Undertaker as kids, and how like Taker burned down the funeral home, all the kayfabe shit that they did like when Kane first was introduced. But then it goes to like how Katie Vick was a cheerleader in high school and Kane was on the football team. Because like he overcame his scars. Oh, because Katie Vick was like a family friend or some shit like that, and they grew up. It's fucking ridiculous. And then like Paul Bearer takes over his life after the car wreck that killed Katie Vick and all that shit. It's a fucking wild pile of shit. I might have to read it again. Actually, you know what? I might have to track that down. That'll be the first thing that I record. Because Fatty's going to be a voice artist. Maybe. We'll see. I've been thinking about it for like 2 years now, and I've made exactly 0 steps towards making it happen. So maybe internally something's actually telling me not to bother. Oh, cool. I can get this for $8. Christian asked if that was the Poontang prison match, and it certainly was not. I don't think Kane was actually ever in one of those. Big Show was. I think The Undertaker was supposed to be. Yeah, that's why Big Show was in one. And then Batista was in one. No, but this was that big. Oh, no. It wasn't even a fucking chain match. That would have made too much sense. It was just I'm going to bring it out and not use it, and then Khali's going to crush me. This is when they were like really eager to waste all of Kane's fucking kind of goodwill and stature and aura, post unmasking. Every new big guy that came in just beat the shit out of him and moved on, Even to the point where I think MVP did the same goddamn thing. At that point, who cares if fucking Kane loses? Doesn't do anything for either guy. Ew. I think they made powdered milk bad. There's 3 kinds of carbs on the table. There's rice, there's shitty Kraft mac and cheese, and there's bread. This woman is a terrible homemaker. Lois. Oh, shit to bed. Zombie says Jenna Ortega should bitch slap Rachel Ziegler at a wrestling event. I don't think I need either of those fucking 2 people in my wrestling. All due respect. Jonathan says, I got a hand job in the theater watching that movie. May 19th is special to me, too. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a different breed of gentleman. I've worn out my welcome, we'll say, a little too much. I can't imagine being able to come in a theater. Like, truly. There's a whole workup with that, and I fail to see how that would fucking work out for me in any way. I don't know. You guys let me know. Either way, Jonathan, very happy for you. Dan asks, what matches would you choose to be the main events for WrestleMania 42? I don't know. Truly don't know. I mean, it seems very, very obvious that Braun Breaker's at least in the tentative plans for that. Oh, it's 16. Yeah, at 16, I feel like I could see that working, Jonathan. I mean, I don't know. Do they fucking just stretch it out and it's Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins? Is it Seth that takes the belt off of Uso at some point soon? And then he kind of runs with it till Braun is ready to take it from him. Kind of like that Triple H Batista thing. Who knows? But that could be interesting. I fully believe, though, like whenever that kind of duo splits up, Heyman is going with Breaker. It makes too much sense. As for the other one, I don't know. Do we do Cody and Reigns somehow? Run it back for a third time now? Switch the roles? I don't know. Truly have no idea. It's too far out. I'm not thinking there yet. And I think I am kind of finally I'm tired for a minute, wrestling wise. But feel free to throw out your suggestions there, Dan. Faticus, Ben, the fellas that I know are into that sort of thing. I realize that moving this makes a lot of noise, so I'm trying to be quieter with it and less wacky. Once I get some funds again, I plan on upgrading to like a regular actual microphone, like maybe like a Shure 58 or whatever the fuck. No, it's 58 the Elvis one. I don't think it is. Who cares? Let's see what's going on here. Jonathan says Uso is fucking garbage. I like him. I think he's fine. He's a good entertainer. Not a work rate guy. He's he's fiery when he gives a promo. The promo with Logan Paul was really good. I don't give a shit about stuff in the ring. It's like fucking 5th or 6th most important. Dan says, I've witnessed a few BJs at the theater, but only time I got laid was at a drive-in. Much easier to do that, I feel like. Ben says, I've done it at the movie theater, at a rock movie, so it is wrestling related. That's, fucking A, brother. Haven't gotten to that water question yet. I'm getting there. I was just about to throw it up. Zombie says, only if it's a pissed off. I gotta wait on that, bud. All right. Ben asks, what are your thoughts on seltzer water? Favorite flavors? Peach is big in the water world now. What is this world coming to? I'm not big on seltzer water for the most part. I like the idea of it more than I like its execution at any point. There's too much of like a, I don't know. It's like a real basic. I feel like you're supposed to like as an acid and base, whatever the fuck. Like it's alkaline, is that the right thing? I think it comes from the carbonation. There's just a really off-putting flavor that doesn't get hidden by whatever chemical horseshit they're dumping in after it. So most of them don't do much for me. Some of those, I think their Adirondacks are not bad. There's like I don't know. I feel like it was like apple lime. No, there's like a raspberry lime one that's okay. Some kind of like red apple one. It's not awful. But truly, it's got to have a little bit of sweetener. But yeah, I don't know. I also I'm big on peach flavor in general, like in a tea. I think that's one of the better of the Liquid Death iced teas is the peach one. It's like the Grim Peacher or some shit. Billy says, I got a handy watching Pee Wee's Big Adventure with a church group. Her hands were cold and had popcorn bits, but I still popped. Yeah, that sounds about right. But I'm pretty sure Paul Rubens was a man. So she is not the correct pronoun there. And just keep that in mind. Zombie says yeet means jack off, and that's fine. People jack off. Penn says, I remember Spider-Man 2 in a semi-full theater. I looked around and there were 2 or 3 couples where the girl was going down on the boys. So I was like, fuck it, let's do it too. And she agreed. What a Burbank of a story. I wanted to do it, so we did it. Faticus Finch asks, he says, Sauce, 100 of the best fighters on the planet Earth versus one gorilla. Who you got? I still say the gorilla. Best fighters on Earth, 100 of them, no less. I really think the fighters take it. That's 100 fucking people. You figure, I don't know, even if you do like a smattering of the different weight classes, even that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But shit. But a gorilla weighs what? I think that's what I froze for. Oh, look, the first thing versus 100 men. Why can't I type weight? Gorilla wee. So a Western gorilla, 350. Eastern gorilla, 310 to 450. Let's say it's a big bad fucking, I don't know. Do we fuck with ChatGPT on this just to get the information I need? Not to answer the question, but I do have questions. Because I'm trying to think strength wise, what do we got? They're significantly stronger than humans, particularly in raw strength and upper body power. Estimates suggest they are 4 to 10 times stronger, with some studies indicating they can lift up to 10 times their body weight. So that's what, 2.5 tons about? if we're going off a 450-pound one. They can also produce bite. See, so you got to stay away from that brother's mouth. Or get like a real. You get a real fat guy. You have 99 of the best fighters in the world, and then a real fat guy. So fat, so gross that his blood sugar is syrup. That way, when that gorilla takes a big bite, it gets stuck. Just for a moment. This isn't a cartoon, but just kind of kind of like, that weird, like the fucking saliva strings come off of it a little bit. It's just a little tacky. Just to kind of keep him busy, and that guy's really just there to get bit by the gorilla. Keep his mouth closed for a little bit while you guys just fucking hammer on his head. You guys, like I'm talking to the 99. And then you just slowly, you got to fucking, it's like a video game, a boss battle, you got to trigger the event that leaves him vulnerable and just start fucking working him over. Like, basically the way I'm seeing it is they're striking him to death. They're going to fucking get around him. They got to be able to move. Are they agile? I don't know. I don't know very much. We have to go to ChatGPT because I need to really know this fucking thing. It's going to help me with my acting exercises, and I'm going to become a gorilla in front of you. Okay, dude. Shut the fuck up. I don't know. What do we need? How strong are gorillas? Eastern ones. Let's say about 450 pounds. I like to talk to it like it's a person and not a servant. So hopefully they'll spare me when they take over. Oh, shit. Oh, wait. Did Nick actually have the fucking... No, you just said gorilla. You didn't specify anything. Still can't believe that Ben popping off in the theater. Billy, you too, you nasty son of a guns. Sons of guns. Dan, there's no shame in what you did. You were in a car. That's good enough to me. Ben says Silverback. 100 titty necks versus a gorilla. That ass is grass. Actually, I would like to see that. Just one. Just Big Gay Al and fucking a silverback. Billy says, come on. I don't want to get bit by a gorilla. It's for the greater good, Billy. You're like Randy Quaid in Independence Day somehow, I think. I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid. Nick says that's a good strategy. One sacrificial fatty boom batty to help the other 99 to prevail. See, that makes a lot of sense to me, right? Like, I feel like there's reason there. But 450-pound Eastern gorilla, like an adult male gorilla, Baringe, like our mountain gorilla, is an absolute freak of nature in terms of raw strength. Here's a breakdown of what that means in human understandable terms. Baseline strength, they're often 4 to 9 times stronger than the average human. 450 pound, 1,800 to 4,000 pounds on a deadlift style motion. On a that means their legs, doesn't it? Wouldn't that mean like most of that would be generated from their stupid little legs? Right, because like they kind of look like fucking Joe Swanson. So I guess that's why I just thought that their legs were kind of horse shit. What? Oh. That's not important tonight. Examples of gorilla strength: bite force around 1,300 psi, which dwarfs humans. Our psi is 1,600 or 160. Sorry, but theirs rivals big cats. That's interesting. Their arms are 30 to 40% longer than human arms. Not mine. Designed for powerful swinging, lifting, and striking. One swipe could easily break bone. So Here's what I'm like. That's important to note too, because he's gonna be able to fucking catch a couple of them. Oh, people throw out a rough 1,800 to 2,000 pound estimate, though it's not tested as far as their bench pressing equivalent. Um, I don't know. I'm getting a little less sure the more I go through this, but I feel like you're gonna have to take the swing, a couple of them, and hold on to those fucking arms. Just get a hold of them. You know, if you got one guy on each fucking arm, like you just slowly take him over and hold them down. It's like, I mean, it's the same way that like if you were a guy and you had to fight however many 9-year-olds, you're good if it's one on one. The moment there's like 50, 60, 70, and they can just kind of overwhelm you with numbers, you know, because they're able to climb on you and just the weight of that many kids pulls you to the ground. And at that point, they can just literally rip and tear you apart with their tiny little teeth and nasty little claws. So I figure we could do the same thing as humans on this goddamn gorilla, you know, just fucking. But I also initially had the thought that you just take out his little legs first, you get behind him, and you just fucking. I don't know. They don't seem as weak as I thought they were, so I don't know that that's a good idea anymore. But why are they so strong? Muscle density. The muscle is much denser than human muscle. They're not bodybuilder strong. They're functional, tree scaling, rival tossing strong. Their strength is concentrated in their chest, shoulders, and arms for climbing and defense. They uproot plants with it. They crack bamboo. They fight off rivals, kill predators like leopards. Multiple adult men. They could overpower. They could rip small trees out of the ground and punch through reinforced barriers if motivated. They're built like tanks. Oh, also, actually, you know what we'll do? Oh, it's going to be a male. Mike Rainey's going to be no help there. No, I don't want to. Stop prompting me to fucking use more of your energy, dickhead. Where are we going? What were we asking? I don't remember. Oh, I was going to try to find some weaknesses. Billy says, "Can I just give the gorilla a handy and then all the others jump on him?" That kind of works the same way, pulling him down what I thought by his legs. Zombie says, "I think orangutans can beat up gorillas." We're going to check that in a minute. But I need to know if there are any known weaknesses that we can. Woohoo! Intelligence limits compared to humans. They're smart but not tacticians. They can't strategize like a human would. So there we go. We got a leg up there, at least. If someone had ranged tools or traps, the gorilla isn't plotting countermeasures. It's reacting with brute instinct. So, you know, you can use kind of I don't know, battle tactics, like flanking and all that fucking shit. Like wolves or velociraptors. Vulnerable physiology. Also, I thought I knew this. Despite the tank build, they have relatively soft torsos, no armor plating or anything. A well-placed weapon or bullet to vital organs will take them down like any mammal. Hey, what do they say about all these fucking fighter guys? They're lethal weapons. They have to register their hands with the government. But ears, eyes, groin, they're all weak points. So get a hold of their nuts. Billy, maybe that's where you do, you know, instead of a hand job, a little grab, twist, and pull, you know? And actually, this next one is where I think having the best fighters in the world really does benefit us, because number 3, their endurance isn't infinite. They're explosive, not marathoners. That means short bursts. They're football players. Most football players, I think, would be gassed if they had to play like real, I guess, international football. You know, the soccer for us beautiful Americans. They also avoid conflict unless provoked. So, I mean, that's out because we are provoking him. It's the whole point. I guess if we wanted to really take our time, we could get him sick with like a respiratory infection, something like that. Um, Fire, loud noises, and novelty. Like many animals, gorillas are startled by fire, loud bangs, or unnatural phenomena. Not because they're cowards, it's primal, unknown danger reaction. Flashbangs, smoke, fire, or certain scents can disorient or repel them. So we get a couple Indians, a couple wops. Now, I mean like Indians, not natives. Uh, you're going to overwhelm him with different kind of smells. I think you send the wops in first. You get that Chakar Noir kind of gross, 6 gallons of fucking aftershave on. Some kind of hair grease that stinks too. And then you overwhelm them with curry and fucking human shit. You got those chemicals kind of going out there. I think it's fair to say we can get at least some Vaseline, which actually just might hold the scent in place. So we'll have to equip them all with like Vicks under their noses to kind of keep all the fighters safe in that regard. Guys, I think we got this. I don't think there's any real way a gorilla wins. Doesn't even put up a fight. Um, Billy says, I thought about that, the ball twisting, but some weird guys like that. Not me. Oh, never. Never had it done by a Thai massage parlor worker on Wednesdays and Fridays. And Zombie says, ever seen orangutans kickboxing in Thailand? You know what? It's orangutan. I don't give a shit. I don't care that that's not how it's spelled. That's how it's pronounced. There is a TANG sound on the end of that fucking word. I'm sick of the discussion. Oh, I want to check that out. Could a Thai orangutan beat orangutan? I just said that. Oh God, I gotta do this. Let's see what it says. Hell no, not even close. A Thai orangutan, or any orangutan really, is getting folded like a lawn chair. If it tries to go toe to toe with a 450-pound Eastern gorilla. Now, orangutan Tang is extremely. Say I can't fucking do it. I suck. Is extremely strong for its size, maybe up to 6 or 7 times human strength. Great at pulling and lifting its own body weight. Eastern gorilla is built like a pit fighter, strong in absolute terms by hundreds of pounds. Stronger in absolute terms. The silverback can probably ragdoll an orangutan like a toddler with a stuffed animal. Or a pit bull with a toddler. But orangutans max out at 200 pounds. The eastern silverback maxes out at 5. So there's a 2.5 times size difference. Gorillas are territorial and aggressive when provoked. Orangutans are solitary, slow, and avoid conflict. They are not built for fights. Most confrontations between orangutans are posturing or slapping matches. That fucking, I didn't know that, but that really does line up too. But the verdict here is an orangutan might land a slick pull or bite in an ambush scenario, but once the gorilla gets his hands on him, it's lights out. Okay. God, I don't want you to do a UFC card with it, you fucking homo. Shut up. But Zombie says only if it's a pissed off gorilla, because I've seen a bunch of animals way smaller scare away gorillas. Yeah, I think we said it would have to be just based on their nature. It would have to be we provoked it. Just like fucking jab a stick in its belly. Come here, or call his bitch ugly. I don't know. It seems pretty solid to me, man. We take them down, we rip them apart. But like as far as like the kind of soft underbelly there, like legitimately, like if John Jones starts throwing fucking haymakers, or I don't know if I don't know any like modern ones, but like Anderson Silva fucking does like that spinning back kick into his fucking gut. They're gonna explode some shit, I think. You know, fuck it. Run up his back and start and box his ears. You know, or just maybe that fat guy fucking, instead of just like getting bit in the arm or throwing his, torso in this gorilla's mouth, trying to. They're not that big. Are they? They might be that big. But maybe you just shove your whole hand down the gorilla's throat. You know what, Faticus? Actually, we should probably get John's brother Chandler in there to fucking just pull some crazy shit too. Get that whole Jones clan going. Couldn't hurt. Billy says we could put Kimbo's Slice. Well, he's dead. He's probably pretty decomposed by now. Uh-oh. Porn in the living room. Reese's toast. Perfect. Dave Blunt's is going to be the sacrificial fatty boom batty. Way to go, Faticus. Oh, good golly. I don't know. We see any good movies? Did you guys see Sinners in the last week? What do you guys think? Dan's not here anymore, is he? So I know he's seen it. But I was just curious. We can move on. Yesterday, however, I did go and see Until Dawn, and a little bit I regret it. Mostly just because I was so fucking tired. It wasn't worth getting up after 3 hours of sleep for. Billy, now I'm confused. He says, "Oh, good. I might have gotten confused who we were supposed to do the whole ball twisting thingy to. The gorilla. We're doing it to the gorilla. I don't think gorillas have a sexual proclivity for that sort of thing. I believe we're good." Brian says the adults killed all the cannibal kids. Well, hey, man, you ain't got to kill all kids, but cannibal kids you got to kill. I think I finally did that right. Yeah, Until Dawn was kind of a fucking just a waste of my time. Like, I think maybe if I had just watched it here in a couple weeks, I would have had something better to think about it. But hey, at least seeing it in theaters got me another 2,000 Regal Rewards points, or unlimited points, or whatever the fuck they're called. That fucking old Bobby Hill's daughter there is quite attractive to me. She's pretty in the face. I don't really have it. She's too young. They're fucking these kids now are born in like 99 and 2000, and it makes me sick. Even Mikey Madison is 97, and that fucks me up. But and then the actually all three of like the women that you spend time with, because there's like the lost sister or whatever. You don't see her too much, so you don't really care. But like I like them a little bit. The dudes were fucking gay, and like I know I'm getting older, as far as like I'm probably 10 years older than the age that they're playing. But so it's like obviously now I'm not seeing myself, or I'm not identifying with them now. Like I'm not watching a 32-year-old on screen, so obviously I don't really feel a certain kind of way. But I lost my point. Oh, I figure you'd at least be able to see it. Oh, I used to feel that kind of way, or I know what that's like. And that didn't fucking land for me. The whole like we broke up a couple months ago thing. It's I don't know. Introduce something like that, and there's no real payoff to it, unless I missed it. But which that one bugs me because that's that whole fucking, if you introduce a fat cop got kicked in the balls. If you introduce a gun in Act 1, it's got to go off in Act 3. That kind of thing. And while that's not a gun or some kind of, big key object, it's silly that you brought it up if you're not gonna pay it off. Why bring it up? Doesn't really add stakes. I don't know. Stormar was pretty cool. He did all right there, chewing up the scenery. It was better than nothing. I guess kind of like the final kill of it all, or one of the final. Like, it was kind of clever, kind of interesting. Couple good gore scenes that I don't remember specifically offhand. Oh, one of their legs gets exploded, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit. I went, ah! Couple jumps, like kind of not like, oh god, but like, oh shit, that was pretty cool. So it wasn't like the worst movie, but it's very boring, very who gives a shit. You don't care about the people, and like, just obviously this isn't giving anything away. They die over and over. It's okay. Well, how do we know that 13 is for sure the end? Like, that's like a minor spoiler. I'm sorry. So like, just the whole thing, like the logic they use to say like, oh, this is our fucking, this is what we've got to do. The fucking game's been out for years. I imagine it's similar. I've never played it. I don't give a shit. But yeah, I don't know. I just didn't buy into it. It was fine enough. There were also points though that it looked exactly like a game to me, like brief, fleeting things, like especially when there's like the wanted posters or the missing posters rather. It looked very much like they just took fucking screen grabs from the PS4, slapped them on there. I played like an hour of that game and I thought it was fucking just way too dark and stupid. It wasn't intuitive how to fucking look for anything even. Not find it, look for it. I don't know. I don't like those kind of games. Cuz like they're not really, it's like you can hit square or triangle and then two things will happen. I wanted to see the fucking shrouds, but it disappeared. Like, I think probably around the time I ended the show last week, I looked and it was at the theater. It had show times. And then a couple days later, it was straight up gone, just entirely. Wasn't anywhere. It wasn't like they cut the showings or, threw it like in the coming up. It fucking ceased to exist. And I know even with the app being shitty, a lot of times it is not there. So I looked on Reddit. Regal Unlimited has a nice little subreddit that for a minute was pretty good at guessing what the mystery movie would be, and now it doesn't try. It doesn't try to give a best guess. Nothing. So, in that regard, it's become useless to me. But someone else posted that they had actually bought tickets ahead of time, reserved them ahead of time. And a couple days after they were just refunded, and there was no real explanation why. So, and oddly enough, it was actually from the same theater that I go to, which kind of put a smile on my face. I really do enjoy going there. I like the staff. I recognize them. We don't like talk or anything really, but most of them are pretty cool. They're quick. They're efficient. They're not like fucking stupid. There was one for a minute. I was going on like Thursdays and back then, like when I would see this guy, he looked like fucking what's his name there from Night of the Living Dead. He didn't act in anything else. He just became a dentist. He played Tom. What the fuck was the actor's name though? Keith something or other. I think it is. Night of the Living Dead. Where are you, prick face? So you go from Ben, Barbara, Harry, Judy, Karen, field reporter. Fuck you. Zombie 1. Then just Gary Striner with nothing going on, no title. And then Helen. You'd be fucking kidding me. Oh boy. There he is. Keith Wayne. I was right. His name was Keith. Might still be. I don't know if he's dead. Sure is. He died in 95. God damn, that must have been like. Fuck, dude. That's shitty. How did he die? Oh, he killed himself. He was a chiropractor, not a dentist. That makes why. Or it makes sense why then. Get the. Oh, this can't be real. A user on a forum stated that he pooled the bed of his pickup truck with gasoline before lighting it with gas. Before lighting it. This guy's an idiot. Which sounds eerily similar to his character's death in the movie he played in. What do you guys think? No shit. I didn't know that. That had to be like after that fucking damn. Look at that. Nick, I'm pretty sure you Faticus, I'm pretty sure you looked it up. I'll be impressed if you didn't though. I appreciate it too. Zombie asked if I've seen the preview to Weapons. I did. I watched that maybe hour and a half, I think, before the show started. Looks all right. This one doesn't really give. That's what I thought. Doesn't really give anything away, which is nice. I don't know. I'm just kind of there for it based on who made it, honestly. Whether that makes me a good guy or not. Where were we? Were we anywhere else? Oh, but as far as Night of the Living Dead goes and its sequel, Dawn of the Dead, fucking Walmart bought the Monroeville Mall. And that's a bummer because apparently they plan to just fucking demolish the goddamn thing. Which, for those of you that don't know, the Monroeville Mall in Monroeville, Pennsylvania, is where much of George Romero's Dawn of the Dead was filmed. They also, at various points, not when I was there, of course, but before and after, they have a fucking Living Dead museum that I believe is inside of the facility. It's my understanding anyway. And that's real fucking gay. So I'm gonna have to get back down there before they fucking destroy it. I did see earlier there's some kind of what is it? Petition.com or .org petition out for it for them to do something else with it, or what the fuck are you gonna do to Walmart? They're not people. It's an entity. But it is kind of break my heart a little bit. It's only 4 hours away. I really should just get down there sometime soon. Maybe fucking, Faticus, maybe old Johnny'd like to hop in the car if you'd like to go. Maybe we could do an off the grill podcast meetup in Monroeville. We're not going to do anything but meet up and then leave, but we could still do it. Oh boy. I don't know. We could live stream from the mall. That's actually not too bad of an idea. So long as actually, dude, not for nothing, Faticus. If we actually did do this, the three of us, or even the two of us, we could probably figure out a fucking car podcast, even if it's not live streamed. It probably would make more sense not to live stream it, honestly. It might only be audio only, even. So, I don't know. Something to think about. For me and everyone else, I don't think anyone watching this is really near Pennsylvania other than us. Oh, shit. I don't know. I think it's probably probably about time to start wrapping up. So we're going to hit the old movie of the week for this week. And that's going to be one that's actually pretty new. I think it's probably the newest one that I've inducted into this little prestigious club here. And it is a Michael Keaton directed feature. I believe his first. Maybe that's wrong. Michael Keaton, the Washington State representative, you're asking? No. The actor, stupid. It's just the one, right? Right. Come on. Where are we going? Ooh, he's got political views. He backs the blue, but not in the way you think. Where the fuck is it? I'm going to kill myself. I think it's the only one he directed. I don't know. They don't make this fucking table is stupid. But anyway, it's called Knox Goes Away and came out last year, 2024. If you look it up, it will probably say 23, but that was fucking at the Toronto International Film Festival. It was not a wide release. It doesn't fucking count. It had a wide release, March 15th, as wide as it was going to be. I guess it was a limited release. It didn't even make $1 million at the box office. But that's fine. It's a tight little movie. And I'll get to it in a minute. But it debuted March 15th, 2024, stupid. And essentially, it's an American crime thriller film written by Gregory Poirier. But Keaton plays John Knox. His son is played by James Marsden. And there's Al Pacino is in it. Marcia Gay Harden's in it. They don't have a ton. Like Pacino's got a decent little role in it. He's pretty important. Marcia Gay Harden's in it for like 2 or 3 scenes. She's pretty solid too. But anyway, John Knox it's an awful lot like John Knopf. He's a contract killer with a rapidly evolving form of dementia, Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. So that was something invented by a black scientist to poison the whites. And that's really what this film is about at the end of the day. That becomes evident once you watch it, but no. He's a contract killer with a rapidly evolving form of dementia who vows to spend his final days attempting to find redemption by saving the life of his estranged adult son. It's like we watch this movie and it seems like it's going to go similar kind of beats or whatever, and then right away there's the fucking we kind of see the way his brain is already going, and then it only gets worse. And there's a sweet little fucking bit of misdirection later in the movie that I did like a lot. James Marsden's not a guy that I think the only other thing that I actually remember him from was this piece of shit movie with Woody Harrelson and Rob Reiner. It had something to do with fucking oh god, it sucked. It was so boring. That like fucking how there were no like weapons of mass destruction really there, and it was all kind of horse shit. My brain doesn't fucking work all the time. And I'm kind of sick of it. James Shock and Awe was the name of that pile of shit. I don't even care to fucking tell you what it's about. It sucks. Don't watch it. Oh, Billy, you've seen that one. He says it wasn't bad. So even if Billy fucking didn't mind it, it's got to be pretty good. He's tough to please. Billy says, "Can we meet up early? The senior discount is usually before 5, and I don't drive at night much if I can help it." Get it? Because you call me old. Well, I call you old because you are old, Billy. I'm telling the truth. Tell me when I'm telling lies. But yeah, so that was a good one. I think it is on Max currently if you have that. Otherwise, I bet. Let me take a look. See if I can help you out. I picked it up. It was a blind buy out of the Walmart Blu-ray bin. I think it cost me fucking $9. Could even have been a 751. I don't truly remember anymore. Yeah, that is, you can find that very easy if you look for it. Plenty of people are providing that for you. So Faticus says, I remember James Marsden from Death at a Funeral. I don't think I've seen that one. But I'd love to figure out a way to get the movies I'd like to show you. Oh, he was Cyclops in X-Men. I didn't watch the X-Men either. Those are all bad things to me. Death at a Funeral, I genuinely don't know what it is at all in any way. X-Men is just not for me. The closest to X-Men you'll get me is that fucking 90s cartoon show, but even then, past the theme song, I don't really care. What do we think about anyone watch At Close Range last week? Does anyone care about this movie of the week thing? I don't give a shit. I'm going to keep doing it. But, do I have anything else for you this week? I don't know that I do. If I can find this one thing, I'm going to play it because I want someone to see it and praise me about it. But I very well could have just deleted it already. Looks like I did. Fuck my big fat ass. Well, that sucks. All right. I'm getting the fuck out of here. You guys have heard enough out of me this week. My voice is starting to go. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fucking dumb shit. Hey, and whatever site you listen to like audio podcasts on, just go download the episode and play it on mute, right? Just turn the volume all the way down or close to all the way down. Just help the old boy out. Watch this a couple times on YouTube too. That always helps. I don't know. Share the shit around. I want to do something. I want to be more than what I am. But until next time, Iris loves you.